Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, we're going to head all the way back out to the state of New Jersey. Why? Because there is some good mojo brewing out in New Jersey right now. Now, listen, we already talked about Mayor Daniel Francisco and Englishtown and all the cool stuff they were doing in refunding concealed carry license fees. He's got a bunch of other towns in New Jersey following suit. Now, we're working diligently to try to get Mayor Francisco on the channel. We would definitely want to talk to him. But there is a lot of other mojo that's going good out there in New Jersey. Case in point, there's a bunch of people who said enough with this ridiculous ban on suppressors in our state, and they have filed a lawsuit to overturn that statute. So today, let's get through the pleadings and let's talk about New Jersey starts fighting back for suppressors. Okay, America, listen, normally when I'm talking about any of the states that are on the now notorious Dirty Dozen list, it is usually really bad stuff. As a matter of fact, that's how I built an audience in Illinois, was all the terrible things that the state of Illinois did to its citizens. And New Jersey, you have been right there with them. However, the last few videos I've done about the state of New Jersey have all been positive, and yet this is going to be another positive video. Now, I don't know whether this lawsuit's going to go anywhere, but today we are going to talk about the suit of Padua v. Platkin. It is filed in the United States District Court for the District of New Jersey. This is a constitutional challenge, both as applied and facially, to the New Jersey statute, which absolutely, positively, and without a doubt prohibits the possession or use of suppressors anywhere in the state. The issue is very straightforward. Clearly, suppressors are defined as firearms under federal law, and therefore they enjoy Second Amendment protections. Therefore, the state of New Jersey must come up with a historical analog to justify the ban on them, and because there is no history to support it, the ban is in fact unconstitutional. This case is brought to us by our good friends at the Second Amendment Foundation, as well as the NRA, and the American Suppressor Association, which means we're going to put links for all three down below in the description box so you can show them some love. Now, the plaintiffs in this case begin their complaint as follows. The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution guarantees the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Under this constitutional provision, the peaceable citizens of this nation have a fundamental, constitutionally guaranteed right to keep and bear common arms for defense of self and family and for all other lawful pursuits. Despite this constitutional guarantee, the state has enacted, and defendants enforce, a prohibition on the possession of firearm suppressors in New Jersey. Then the plaintiffs began to set up their argument as follows. Federal government authorities and medical organizations have endorsed suppressors and deemed them one of the most effective tools to help prevent hearing loss from firearm use. Indeed, the federal government has now conceded that suppressors are entitled to Second Amendment protection. As a result, the federal government has insisted a ban on possession of suppressors, like the state's ban here, would be unconstitutional. That view is correct and commanded by any fair application of the Supreme Court's Second Amendment jurisprudence. And of course, what they're talking about there was the horrible ruling that the Fifth Circuit three-judge panel came out in the case of United States v. Peterson, which then the Department of Justice filed supplemental memorandums of authority saying, hey, we think you may have gotten it wrong. We do think that they enjoy Second Amendment protections. The plaintiffs then go on to further plead, because of their various safety-enhancing and effectiveness benefits, suppressors are widely used by peaceable citizens in the United States, including for target shooting and hunting. They are legal to possess in 42 states, may be lawfully registered and possessed under federal law, and are possessed by Americans in the millions. The state's enactment and defendants' active enforcement of the criminal prohibition on suppressors denies peaceable individuals who reside in New Jersey, including the members of the organizational plaintiffs, such as the individual plaintiffs, their fundamental individual right to keep and bear common arms. And of course, the only historical justification that exists for a ban on any type of platform of firearm, in this case suppressors, is that we have permitted the banning of items which are dangerous and unusual Now, if they are possessed in the millions, which they are, there is nothing unusual about suppressors at all. So the question really becomes, are they in fact dangerous? And the plaintiffs here do a fantastic job of saying, no, actually, they're quite contrary to dangerous. They actually make the use of firearms much safer for many reasons. As they put it, first, suppressors are commonly used for hearing protection. Suppressors are one of the best and most effective forms of hearing protection for firearm use. Second, suppressors are commonly used to protect the hearing of hunters and those around them. Third, suppressors are commonly used as a public courtesy to prevent noise pollution from lawful target shooting in neighborhoods and communities. I mean, after all, one of the big issues of those on the progressive left is, of course, our environment. And we're just trying to be conservationists when it comes to noise pollution. The plaintiffs also point out, fourth, suppressors are commonly used to make firearm training safer and to improve the accuracy of firearms. Suppressors reduce recoil, allowing for greater control of a firearm and improved accuracy. And then fifth, suppressors are commonly used to make self-defense and defense of the home safer and more effective. So again, a really, really good argument. There's nothing unusual. And when we analyze the dangerous nature of them, they are actually quite contrary to dangerous. They make the use of firearms far safer. Now, what are the remedies? Because as we say here at Washington Gun Law all the time, you can't have a lawsuit unless you're requesting remedies, which is, what do you want the court to do? The plaintiffs here are asking for the following. A, declare that the ban on commonly possessed suppressors under NJSA Section 2C39-3C and all related laws, regulations, policies, and procedures violate the right to keep and bear arms as guaranteed under the 2nd and 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution, both facially and as applied. So again, this is a facial challenge and an as applied challenge. The plaintiffs also request enjoin each defendant and each defendant's respective employees, officers, agents, and representatives, and all those acting in concert or participation from enforcing the New Jersey ban on suppressors and all statutes, regulations, customs, policies, and practices designed to enforce or implement the same. Listen, there is a similar lawsuit right now ongoing in Illinois as well. Obviously, with the seismic shift in how federal government is handling suppressors, it is ripe for this type of litigation. The case, once again, is Padua v. Platkin. We're going to link up the complaint down below so that you can geek out on it for yourself. We will also have links down below for the Second Amendment Foundation, the NRA, and the American Suppressor Association. If you got any other questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights, you guys should know how to get a hold of Washington Gun Law by now, but if you don't, that's okay. That information is down there in the description box. If you got an idea for a video we should be doing around here, we want to hear all about it by you clicking on that link right there. If you want to subscribe to the monthly newsletter, the information on how to do that is down there in the description box. And then finally, and most importantly, let's everyone remember that part of being a lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching and stay safe.